Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It is the Starting 11 prediction show. Liverpool, Fulham, 4:30 Sunday. What team is Jurgen Klopp going to go with? I'm going to talk you through how I think it's going to be constructed based on the knowledge that I have available to me right now. We're going to start, as I have been of late, with the players that have been unavailable and may yet not be available for the game. I managed to get the magnet back for Virgil van Dijk just for the single purpose of this. Have a guess in the comments who I took it off. Prize to the person who guesses correctly which player I took it from. If you want, by the way, if you want to talk through any of these comments, live on YouTube, just put Mate first, then my name first, and then put your comments, and we'll get through some of your comments on this later on. Anyway, Virgil van Dijk, of course we know, out. Gomez, of course, out. Alisson Becker has been out. We'll chat about that in a moment. Kostas Tsimikas goes off with an injury in midweek, so we'll have him on there. James Milner has been as well. Thiago Alcantara, it's going to be January really before we see him now. That seems to be the common knowledge on this sort of matter. Jurgen Klopp, no idea whatsoever, so we're going to keep him on the injured list. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has been on the injured list, but we've seen him in training this week. He is back in full team training, so Oxlade-Chamberlain is officially off the injured list, so we can go into the pile of people we can discuss for the start 11. Magic. In addition to this, there's a very good chance that Alisson Becker will be available for this game as well. Sensational stuff, so he can go back on the maybe list. Or on the floor, even better. And so that kind of leaves us with that. In the absence of any update at the moment on either Milner or Xherdan Shaqiri, what it stands as, these are the players who will not be figuring in the starting 11 at the weekend, which I always think is a decent starting place because it is, because we can't pick them, and neither can Jurgen, so it would be a waste of time for us to try and throw them into an 11. They can go on the floor down there. Right, so therefore, here's what I've gone with, and we'll talk it through, as we tend to do. I'll go with it. The general starting point here is if everyone, without knowing about Alisson 100%, and I think even if Alisson is like 90%, I think he'll come back in just to get him up to speed or whatever. But if for any reason he's below that, I think Craven Cottage will continue in net, because I don't think we've got a particular problem with that at this point. With no Kostas Tsimikas, there's no choice but Andy Robertson to come back into this side. And I think in an ideal world, I think our best 11 right now, and our best back four, Fabinho got 45 minutes in midweek. Matip didn't play, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold got a good run out as well at right back, although in a much more subdued role, I think, just kind of getting himself back up to speed, so it would look like that. I think we revert our game. Gini Wijnaldum finally had a game of football off, meaning he has now only played the third most minutes in this entire squad, so good, he should be full fit and mad for it. Curtis Jones also rested, he should come back in. Jordan Henderson used as a substitute, and he's the captain, and we are 10 times better whenever he plays in the side. So yeah, Jordan Henderson. Then we'll have Sadio Mane, who again got a bit of a rest, which is great. There will be, again, the rested Roberto Firmino, who, even though he played half an hour of football, I couldn't tell you a single thing that he did in that match in midweek, but there you go. And because he played the full 99, well, over 100 minutes, including both halves worth of stoppage time, I think Diogo Jota will play from the right for Liverpool. What we've got, though, is we've got a pile of players here, all of whom could well be in contention for this game. So we'll lash them out here. In fact, what I'll do is I'm just going to shrink this team down a little bit, so we've got a little bit more space on the board over here. So their names are Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, they are Takumi Minamino, they are Naby Baby Keith Keita, they are Divock Origi, of course, the man, the legend, Mr. Mohamed Salah, they are Nico Williams, they are Reece Williams, Nat Phillips, and Leighton Clarkson, and, of course, the big dog, Alisson Becker, who can go over Leighton Clarkson, who's not going to play this game. What would we do from there? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Oh, yes, and by the way, can we say a big happy birthday to Mr. Chris Page, after we've let have the afternoon off because he turned... Well, he's turned 38, but he still doesn't look a day over 22, which is infuriating, unless you look at him from high up. But yeah, if you want to send your birthday wishes to Chris in the comments, you can. So we've got Abdullah Mohammed saying 4-2-4 for this one. All four start up front, which is interesting. Who would you be taking out of the midfield if that was the case? Would you go with Wijnaldum Henderson, take Jones out, and go with Jota in the mix, Bobby in the 10? Because I think that's an interesting conversation to be had. Sundeep Dillon saying Nico will play and Trent versus Spurs. I think that's a really interesting point, and I think there's two variations on the back four that Liverpool are likely to play. I don't think this back four has got a chance of starting in this game. Well, no, it's got a chance, but I think it's unlikely because Trent got a good run out, but I think we'll want to be careful for him because he's so vital to how we play. And really, Sunday afternoon to Wednesday is not the biggest gap between games, so I might have to be careful. No, I think if Fabinho and Matip both start, then I think Nico Williams starts at right back. However, if Trent Alexander-Arnold starts at right back, I think that Nat Phillips starts in the back four. What do you make of that? I think given the approach, given the way the Fulham are going to play, look, they've got Ademola Lookman, who is a really good player, even though he takes a really bad penalty, and let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt me at the weekend. Oh God, why did I even say it out loud? If they go long, if they go direct, it is the kind of game that Nat Phillips is more than capable of handling. And I would tend to lean towards it means that you go a bit stronger in the full-back positions because you want to offer more going that way, because I think Nat Phillips is fine, and I don't think he's put a foot wrong in the games that he's played for us, but he doesn't quite suit the ball-playing style of the team, so I think you need to have your balance back with the wide players. Is definitely a thought as far as I think on that one. I think Jones is injured, said Ryan Brown. Okay, well that's it. That would definitely be an issue if that was the case. If Kurt Jones is out, what would you do? I'll talk us through that. We'll put Nico there, and we'll just put that and that there. Obviously, the obvious one is if Alisson Becker is fit, I would just be lashing Alisson Becker back in. I think Craven Kelleher's done a fantastic job, but when your first choice goalie comes back, get your first choice goalie in. Thanks so much to John Conway for the super chat with the happy birthday shout for Chris Pajak. Someone tweet Pajak the video of Klopp singing happy birthday, says Nikita. Yeah, absolutely do that. Play Trent centre mid. Yeah, give it a couple of years and we'll definitely see that. Anime Band saying Nafil's decent with his feet. I don't think there's any evidence to suggest that, because we literally don't ask him to play that way, and there's a reason we don't ask him to play that way, is because it's a limitation to his game. He's okay. I mean, look, he would be nowhere near the team if he wasn't capable of playing football. But look at how he plays football. It's a lot of like smashing stuff away and booming stuff into touch and clearing his lines. Really good defending, really proper the kind of defenders I grew up on. You know, he would be a fantastic Premier League defender 20 years ago, but yeah, there's a reason he's going down to lower leagues on loans and stuff like that, to be honest. And I don't feel like there's any need for me to slag Phillips off. I do like Nat Phillips, by the way. Cop expert saying if Phillips plays centre back, Fabinho will be at CDM. Now that's an interesting one. So let's say Kurt Jones is in fact injured. Is it then a case of you do play Phillips and you push Fabinho into midfield and you go with something like that? That would be perfectly reasonable to me. My overriding feeling on the Fabinho situation is he's our first choice centre half at the moment because he's the most physically reliable. So if he's not going to play in defence, I don't think we see him in midfield, because if he's not playing in defence, it's to keep him fit and fresh and keep him on top. There might be a situation where the only world where I would think we'll see him in midfield is against Tottenham. Or against the really top side, because he's part of our best midfield, and that's when you really need your midfield to function. So I think it's an interesting idea, but it's not one I'm totally sure of. Okay, so I'll go back with that, and then in terms of the front positions for now, I would like to see Oxlade-Chamberlain come back into this side, and it could be there's a simple swap. Just drop Ox in, give him 60 minutes and see how he gets on. My strong feeling on Oxlade-Chamberlain, having been out or not had pre-season basically, and not had the season thus far, easier second sub maybe in this game. I want to see him get minutes because I think we're going to need him. I don't think we're likely. Divock Origi, he might be looking to be on the bench at this point. Again, I do think Salah will be rested because I think the idea is make sure he is as close to 100% for Tottenham as possible. So for me, Salah is absolutely nailed on for the bench. What I'll do is I'll go with the. Shall I go with the positives? Any other thing on Alisson? Why Alisson may or may not? May or may not. Oh yeah, sorry. I asked the question before. Who did I take the magnet off to give Virgil van Dijk the magnet? It wasn't Clarkson. Anyone who said Adrian was correct. So we will put Craven Kelleher on the bench for this one. We'll put Taki Minamino on the bench. We will put. I think if Kurt Jones isn't fit, I think Naby Keita probably comes in. For him, let's see, who else have we therefore got? Divock, Reece, Ox, that is 2, 4, 6. Okay, so that would be, sorry, let me just tidy this up a little bit. Kelleher, Ox, Clarkson, Reece Williams, and then, I don't think Divock will be on the bench. It will be, let's do this. Let's go with no Clarkson. Let's go Keita on the bench. Let's go Reece Williams for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it will be, I am going to go out on a limb here and say it's going to be that. What do we reckon? Reece Williams? Okay, no, actually, Reece Williams off the bench. Phillips on the bench instead of Reece Williams. Now, what are we thinking? How are we feeling that? If he's fit, Alisson, Becker in goal. The back four of Robertson, Fabinho, Matip, Williams, Wijnaldum, Jones, Henderson, injuries notwithstanding, Mane, Firmino, Jota. And then again, if you can't, with the understanding that Kelleher goes in for Alisson if he's not fit, and Naby goes in for Jones if he's not fit. How are we feeling? Good team, says Ryan Brown. Well, look, if Ryan Brown believes in me and believes that this is the correct one, then I think we should all let's just all be more like Ryan. Ryan must be right? I agree. Mohammed Abdel Areem saying why Mo Salah not starting. I think Mo Salah won't start because he played 100 minutes of football in midweek, and I think again we want Salah to be absolutely perfectly fit for Tottenham Hotspur on Wednesday. Biggest game of the season so far, and Fulham, we should be more than capable. And I don't think Salah doesn't play, by the way. I mean, look, that might be the starting 11, but in an ideal world, by the end of the game, the team with your 3 subs, not your 5, because fuck the Premier League, probably looks like that's what the finishing 11 looks like in an absolute perfect ideal world for Liverpool. Maybe you make a case for Oxlade-Chamberlain instead of Naby, or coming on for Henderson or something. But I'm reasonably happy. I'm reasonably happy with that. And that way you're giving maybe half an hour to Trent. You're giving 15 minutes to 15, 20 minutes, half an hour to Naby, and then you bring Mo on for the final 15 just to give Jota a little bit of a rest. And then, yeah, everyone is therefore perfectly attuned and ready to smack the bottom of Jose Mourinho's Spurs in midweek. Do you think I've nailed it? If you think I've nailed it, let me know in the comments. If you haven't, drop a like on this video right now. I want to say thanks so much to Threads for Reds for the wonderful gear. You can see it's my absolute favourite hoodie. I absolutely love it to death. And I've got some more stuff coming from them. So they've got some festive stuff and they've got some generally cool Liverpool gear as well. So check out threadsforreds.com for all that. But yes, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Do send your birthday wishes in to the birthday boy, Chris Pajak. Happy birthday. My hetero life mate sat at home playing on his birthday present, which is not a euphemism for his penis, although it might be by now. Although I think the family know. Unlucky. Right, thanks so much. We'll be back with a live show on Sunday, 15 minutes before kick-off, 4:15, a live watch-along and commentary with myself and the main man, Chris Pajak, as well. Check back for that show. Hope to see you there. And if not, the build-up show will be out tomorrow morning on Friday, which also has the main man, Chris Pajak, in. So if you're missing him, get your Pajak withdrawal symptoms wiped away with some wonderful content between now and kick-off.